Dana's been in the news recently in a mix-up with the one. Excuse me.
Because he gets asked about it.
He
doesn't care about this guy.
Jake Paul. I know he doesn't care. He says it vehemently every time. Stop asking me about this, jackass, because I don't give a damn about him. But he has now come out and said, hey, Jake Paul, you've dodged every drug test that they wanted to put forward for you, especially before that Woodley fight. Jake Paul obviously just coming out a massive win over a Tyron Woodley, former welterweight champion that honestly, I'm not going to lie, Josh, I was impressed. The first time I've been impressed in a Jake Paul fight. The way he set it up, to me, either Woodley got lazy or just didn't expect him to throw the right hook. He had been going to the body most of the fight.
Woodley got lazy
and got tapped right behind the ear. That's going to put you out, whether you're a hardened veteran or a rookie in the streets, outside of Westport. You're going to get knocked down. You get hit outside the ear like that. Back of the head, perfect right hand hook, dropped him in a fight that Woodley was winning. So Woodley was winning.
No.
Dude,
no,
okay.
He was not.
Tell me why he wasn't, Josh.
Because he doesn't throw punches.
No, Woodley was connecting with more punches than Jake Paul was. I was scoring the fight as
down.
That's okay. That's not illegal. They stopped it, but they didn't dock him points for it.
No, it's
Tyron Woodley was winning that fight.
He was not.
Yes, he was.
Did you see the scorecards?
I saw the biased ass scorecards in which that made no sense because anybody else scoring that fight is like, well, Woodley's clearly winning.
Well, he got a cut on his head from the elbow.
Jake got cut. He also got smashed 3 or 4 times. He was landing really good strikes.
Never got smashed.
Yes, he did. He got caught with an overhand right in which Woodley then pulled off the gas. For what reason, I have no idea. Because he had him on the ropes right there, and he said, oh, I stunned you, I'm going to back up. Made no sense at all. Now bring in the conspiratorial crowd where they're going to say, oh, it was all rigged. Is it boxing? Could it be rigged? Possibly. I don't care. I'm breaking down the fight as I saw it. Woodley pulled off the gas in which he could have finished Jake right there, and he didn't. And then he let him go into the 4th, the 3rd, and the 4th, and the 5th round. It made no sense.
Now, credit to Jake Paul for coming back after receiving a massive gash.
And that's why I'm impressed. I think I'm finally impressed. I was like, you know what? Do I think you're a great boxer? Fuck no. Do I think you're... Do you have some skill? Yeah. Of course. You have demonstrated that you have skill.
That's your takeaway of why it's not rigged. Because he got absolutely
because
cut.
He got
crazy.
It was a huge gash on his head.
Huge gash. But then he came back and then shut the lights off of Woodley. And one of the biggest questions I think going into that fight was from the Ariel Helwani show, and he said, is this a legacy fight for Tyron Woodley? If he loses this fight, does it ruin his legacy? Yes.
I see. Well,
yes.
Okay, so I don't think so.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, Blake. Because
he lost in a sport in which he doesn't compete?
You just discredited Jake Paul's boxing, and then you're saying it doesn't discredit Tyron Woodley's career.
No, because his career is in the ring. And what did he do in the ring? He landed bombs and he wrestled your ass off.
In the ring, he got knocked out.
I'm sorry, in the octagon. In the octagon, he wrestled his ass off and he throws bombs and he knocks people out. Yeah. Now he's also 38, 40. He's 40.
And then he chased the bag. So
well, yeah, but I don't think you're like. Okay, let me ask you this: did Ben Askren's legacy get tarnished by getting knocked out by Jake Paul?
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me? Stop smoking crack. One of the most decorated.
Ben Askren is a joke.
One of the most.
Ben Askren is a joke.
One of the most decorated wrestlers of all time, and a very highly decorated MMA.
You can go join your Ben Askren band.
No. I'm not asking was he great in the UFC. No, I didn't ask that. I said, does that tarnish his career? He's one of the most decorated wrestling.
His Bellator career, no. His UFC career was
his
bad.
One career, no. His UFC career was up and down. His boxing career, which was one fight in which it clearly looked like it was a thrown fight.
So
that does not tarnish his legacy.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
You're smoking crack. Pick up that crack pipe that I saw you hide in your backpack and light that because you're
That's you, bro.
Smoking crack.
That's you. Ben Askren, like, are you I can't believe that you think that Ben Askren.
Yes, he did. And that's an argument to be made.
Yeah,
but he also landed that was also one of the not luckiest, that was also one of the most precise knockouts in MMA history. So it's like, does that tarnish your career, or was that an amazing display of athleticism by Jorge Masvidal? Yeah.
Street Judas. That's what Colby Covington.
Yeah.
No, dude, his UFC career was bad. He got mauled by Robbie Lawler, and then a bulldog choke, and then Herb Dean called it early
because he was out
maybe, and then he gets absolutely flatlined by.
So he had
Jorge Masvidal.
He had 2 crazy fights back to back.
That's when you come to the best promotion in the world. Right now, at that time, best promotion in the world, UFC. You got to prove yourself in the UFC.
Did.
No, he didn't.
Well, he
didn't.
No, I'm sorry. He won the first fight, lost the second fight on the fastest knockout ever on a.
And then he lost to Damian Maia.
Yeah, which was a good battle. I don't know if you watched the fight. It was a good battle. It was a good battle.
Damian Maia is 41 years old, Blake.
Yeah, Ben Askren's like 37 with a fake hip.
Blake, that tarnished his career before Jake Paul ever did.
Okay, so that's fine.
That
if you want to make an argument there, but I don't think the Jake Paul fight tarnished his career.
Yes,
I do. I want to say Tyron Woodley's career might have been over before he ever stepped in the ring, because he had lost so many fights in the UFC in which people were really curious and scratching their heads.
His last fight was against Vicente Luque, who's going to fight for a title in 2022.
Yeah, and the 4 fights before that in which he he pulled all of his punches. Bro. He didn't land a single thing.
He landed against Luque.
I don't think the Jake Paul thing tarnished Tyron Woodley.
He almost knocked out Luque.
He didn't. He almost knocked out Jake Paul twice, and he didn't.
I don't think he ever almost knocked out.
Yes,
Jake
he did.
Paul.
The first fight, he
maybe
definitely did.
The first fight, maybe.
Second fight, he stunned him, and he should have continued.
Bro.
Yeah,
it's freaking boxing. It's so stupid, bro.
I know.
That's why we watch MMA. It's stupid.
Anyway,
we don't watch this shit. Like, I watch it.
All right.
We will watch this shit, but we won't watch this shit.
Before we wrap,
but we're not gonna watch.
Before we wrap all this
we won't
up,
stand for this shit.
Because this was kind of our test run for our new
Paul's
studio.
Got us fighting over here.
Jake Paul's got me and Josh arguing on the goddamn pod, which I'm totally cool with, because you're fucking smoking crack, guy.
Hey, I was gonna say fuck Jake Paul, but nope, I love it. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
But he is on steroids.
Tommy Fury next. Please.
Tommy Fury next.
Please, yeah. God,
please,
give me Tommy Fury. I want to see
a real fucking
Not
boxer.
that Tommy Fury will win, but I just want to see it. That's it.
I want to see it.
Not that he will win, but I just want to see it.
What are you saying over there, Michael? Who's his next confirmed fight? All right, well, while you look that up.
Tommy or?
No, Jake Paul. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but.
Well, Dana said today, you're not fighting Masvidal, you're not fighting Nate Diaz. Go hump someone else's leg. What do you call him?
Baby back bitch.
He called him
jabroni.
Oh God. He called him moron. No, it was something great.
That was a great dig.
Good.
Moron.
Who is that?
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Is he a great boxer? Okay, as long as he's a boxer.
Okay.
Whatever. As long as he's an actual boxer who's actually stepped in the ring before.
I will tell you right now, if it's Julio Cesar Chavez, whoever that is, I might know him, I might not. I'm not watching that fight. I'll watch Tommy Fury, that's it.
Right.
I'm not watching that fight.
Segue. The reason we even started that whole thing was because Dana White called out Jake Paul. He said, "You're not fighting any of my fighters." And I will get tested. Oh, no. I will get tested 10 years plus, 10 straight years randomly for cocaine, because Jake Paul kept alluding that Dana White was on cocaine, to have you.
The Jake Paul videos are funny.
To have you.
They are funny as hell.
I mean, he's a troll. He's really good at it. Yeah, he's really good at it. That's how he got all these fights in the first place. He said, "I will test every year for 10 years randomly for cocaine if you test one time for steroids."
2 times. For 2 years.
For 2 years. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know why Jake Paul won't do it?
Because he's on steroids.
Because he's on fucking steroids.
Breaking news.
It's not breaking. I just think it's funny that there's a reason why Jake Paul denied every other drug test I've ever decided to take.
Yeah. That's why we go to back to boxing stupid. Yeah. Besides, I mean, that type of boxing, influencer boxing,
the influencer
whatever
boxing.
It is great. I love Ryan Garcia. I love Devin Haney.
I
love Gervonta Davis.
Shout out to Darren Williams and Frank Gore for putting on just a show.
I love Frank Gore.
They put on a show. I mean, was it a good show? That's up to the spectator to decide. But I thought it was just funny because those two guys went out for 4 straight rounds and
split decision. Damn.
Split decision because they they pretty much gassed each other in the first round.
Yeah.
And Frank Gore tried to take Darren Williams down.
Yeah, well, those are both top-tier athletes. No matter what. I mean, NBA
a Hall of Fame
NFL
running back. Third greatest rusher of all time, statistically. And Darren Williams, who had a fine career in the NBA, was a one-time All-Star. He had a nasty little step back. played with the Jazz and the Nets. I mean, good careers for both of them. Great athletes, and I thought it was funny that both of them were super cordial after the fight. And it was funny. He was getting interviewed by Ariel Helwani. Shout out to the nose.
The nose knows.
The nose knows. The nose knows. And I know what you're thinking, Blake, aren't you the nose? No, I'm not. I'm not the first one.
You're the schnoz.
Ariel's nose is, I'm the schnoz. I'm the Schneider schnoz. He's the Ariel schnoz.
The schnoz Nas.
Or he's the nose, and I'm the schnoz.
The schnoz Nas. Yeah, but I watch Triad Combat before I ever watch a boxing event like that again.
Before we get out of here, Josh, what fight are you either looking forward to the most in 2022, or what fight do you want to happen more than anything in 2022? Go.
It's got to be the Ciryl Gane versus Francis Ngannou fight. I think that is just the element of the unknown is so present in that fight. Ciryl Gane could absolutely dominate Francis Ngannou and just outpoint him and outmove him and fluid. And he's a 6'6", 6'8 plus gazelle. He moves like a little guy. Francis Ngannou does not. No heavyweight does, by the way. Ciryl Gane, fantastic prospect. Francis Ngannou hits like an 18-wheeler if he touches you. The unknown in that fight is absolutely incredible. We've never seen anything like it. But that's not my fight I'm most looking forward to because it's Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya.
Really?
Because that is the biggest fight in UFC history. Robert Whittaker, one of the greatest champions I think we've ever seen in middleweight history, versus Israel Adesanya, who
the greatest
might
champion?
be the greatest fighter of all time.
Outside of John Jones.
And I love all the small fights that come with it. I love these fights. So all the like Alex Pereira, I'm looking at all these prospects, bro.
Yeah.
Ian Gary, Jeff Molina, all these guys. There's so many prospects that I love watching that I can't even pinpoint one. There's so many. I love all these prospects. Ilia Topuria, fantastic prospect. The big fight I'm looking forward to, the one that gets me just geeked out, is Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. Absolutely 110%. I think that's the biggest fight in UFC history to date. I think it will be because you got two guys from Australia going to battle. Man, the style bender and Rob. I don't know who to pick, bro. And I don't want to pick because I just want to watch that shit.
No Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan, huh?
No.
Didn't fly the first time?
No.
Okay.
Yan,
one of the fights that I'm looking forward to the most, because it's every single fight.
It's not one of the fights you're looking forward to the most. It's the fight.
No, this is one of, and I think it might be up there with the top, but this to me is one of the fights I'm looking forward to the absolute most is Brandon Moreno versus Davison Figueiredo for 3. I think that's going to be a great fight. Both fights beforehand were absolutely barn burners.
I like trilogies, buddy.
I love a good trilogy. You know what fight I also want to see that I don't know that they're going to make, but I would still love to see, and every UFC fan would love to see? Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 3.
Absolutely.
Run it back. Please,
Absolutely.
Dana White, if you have a soul, if you care about your viewers, please run back Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz, because I think Conor is at a spot right now, and I think Conor's at a spot right now, even though he's looking absolutely jacked.
He told Okamoto he'll make that fight.
Yes,
he would make that fight.
And I want to see Nate Diaz before the lights go out. I don't know how long Nate Diaz plans to fight in his career. Him and Nick seem to be the ageless wonders.
One fight left on his contract.
That's what on his contract, but I guarantee that contract gets extended. He draws too much fanfare for them to not re-sign him. But I want that next fight to be Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor 3. That's the one that I'm hoping for. The Davison Figueiredo fight and the Brandon Moreno fight I'm looking forward to. And the Ciryl Gane, Francis Ngannou, I'm going to agree with you on that one. I think that has so many unknowns. And if Ciryl Gane somehow beats Francis Ngannou, the brute force versus the what?
No matter what.
He's brute force versus the ballerina?
If he wins in a boring decision, bro, I don't care. Ciryl Gane is not losing anytime soon.
And there you have it. Fights that we're looking forward to. Again, we appreciate you guys tuning into the show always. This was just really kind of a reboot to test out the new studio, to see how everything was going. We wanted to just check in with the fans, make sure everybody knew what was going on with us. We got big news coming out that we're still going to talk about, but wanted to kind of give everybody a little bit of update before we roll into the 2022 season of MMA all over the world. This has been your boy, Joshua Beasy Byers, your man B. Schneeds, and our new producer, Michael Darcy. Thank you so much for sitting in here and doing this with us, Michael. I know you're not getting paid, at least not yet, but we're going to give you a raise from $0 to 50 cents. I promise you. I promise you, buddy. He's in there, Tiger Woods forearm, and it just fist pump. So, Josh, any last words? Any last words to the fans looking into the new year?
No, we're just excited. You know, we're gonna start a new MMA. We want to write stories. We want to cover the fights. We want to cover the local fighters. So we're gonna get some of them in here. Hopefully, if they want to come in and talk to us, we'd love to have them. And it's gonna be an amazing year of MMA once again.
Yeah, hopefully looking forward to an awesome slate of guests lined up for next year. Going to have a ton of interviews coming your way. Hopefully going to have some in-fight FAC promotional events that we're going to be putting on, hopefully, or are going to be, commentating or not, at least covering interviews out the wazoo. Josh and I are going to be your ears to the ground like a Native American tracker in this bad boy. Giving you all the greatest news from the local Kansas City stuff.
Absolutely. And then one final thing, if we don't have a show before this, Apex FC4, January 14th at Hy-Vee Arena goes down. You got fighters like Zach Busia, Nick Meck, freaking, oh my God. No,
looking forward to the Nick Meck fight.
Alan Olivas, 3-fight win streak, guy that I commentated. It's going to be a great event at Hy-Vee Arena, so if you want to come out and show out for that, tickets $35 general admission. If you want to go to the floor, looking at $60, but it's so worth it to get next to that action. January 14th, Hy-Vee Arena, Apex FC4, local talent. I love Nick Meck. You know I love Nick Meck.
I do.
That's my guy. I'm so invested in his career now, and I think that he wants it so bad. He's 1-0 as a pro. Could go 2-0. He's fighting Rayvon Young. R-A-V-O-N. How would you say that?
Rayvon.
Or Rayvon Baxter. R-A-V-O-N. How? Raven? Ravone?
Ravon? I think it's Rayvon.
Ravon?
Yeah.
I don't know the guy. I'm sorry, but that's who Nick Meck's fighting, and you want to tune in for that fight. Alan Olivas is on the card. Zach Busi is on the card. Sam Coronado, great amateur. Who else? Man, there's a lot of Kendrick Latchman, flyweight on this card, man.
Josh doesn't even have the lineup. He's just got it in his head right now, which is great, rattling everything off. But for everybody here at B-Cut, we appreciate you guys sticking with us and how much we've grown over the past year. I believe we had one video over 130,000 views, which is absolutely insane. We got 80 followers over Thanksgiving weekend. So thank you guys so much for everything. We will be bringing you all of the best and latest news coverage from B-Cut on the 2022 season. To all you motherfuckers out there, peace.